surprise winner on the maiden part. Was it really such a big surprise? You are a strong runner.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think we had a really close field on the men's side. I think that's what showed in the run as well. I mean, we had quite a few position changes in the run. So yeah, I mean, I surprised myself a little bit as well. I'm not the best swimmer, so I was not in the front group. And then on the bike, I was most of the time alone. And like Daniela said, I felt the headwind quite hard as well. So I mean, they always talk about Roth is such a fast race, but on the bike, I was thinking it's not that fast. You know, it's not flat. It was quite windy today, so I had a hard time on the bike. Yeah, and then I started the run, and I know a lot is possible in the run as well. And yeah, unfortunately, Nils crashed, so that made there was quite a big change on the men's side because he had quite a huge lead, I think. But then the marathon is always it's long and it's hard, especially with the new run course. I know Felix likes it, but it's not an easy one. So yeah, I mean it's 42 kilometers and you have to be patient. That's what I did in the beginning, and then I took a little bit of a risk and pushed it quite hard halfway of the marathon to try to get to the lead and then just survive and make it to the finish line.
So we always thought Lanzarote is a difficult course and Roth is an easy course. Now we learn it's completely different.
No, I mean it's an interesting course, and what I really like about the race is the bike course. If somebody wants to organize a race in the future, I think they should watch this bike course. It's nearly all closed for traffic. It's great. It's amazing. The road is perfect. So I think it helps to have a safe and fast bike split, even though it's hilly. But yeah, I think in general, the organization is crazy. It's great, and it's my first time in Roth, and everything what they were talking about is true. You know, the atmosphere is great on the bike course on Solarberg, but not only there. You know, I saw a lot of other places on the bike where there were a lot of people, music. I mean, it really helps, even if it's a little bit windy or hilly, it helps a lot. So I think that's maybe making it a faster race, because the people help you a little bit, you know, the spectators. And on the run course as well, you know, it's a hard run course, but if you see people cheering for you all the time, you forget a little bit about it.
Okay, I will go to tell them when I go back into the stadium, or you can do it.
I will tell them, yeah.
Mostly invited to come all to the finish line party. You're a pretty young guy, 33, so until retirement, when I'm looking at
I have 8-9 years left, but we will see. You know, you can't. I mean, a lot of things can happen to an athlete, injuries or. You know, it's not the easiest sport, and it's hard to predict a long career. But I try to stay healthy, fit, and smart in training and racing, and we will see what's happening.
Okay, you already have quite a long and successful career until now. What can we expect in the future, even though it's difficult to look into the future?
I'm always looking for great races, and I think it's going to be hard to find a better race now to race. If I look at the finish line, there's no other finish line coming close to what you experience here. So that's what I really like about Roth. Hawaii is another dream. You know, I always want to do different races and see a lot of different events in other countries as well. I think it makes it interesting as a pro athlete. You know, it's not just about business. You also have to enjoy it quite a lot. And so I look for other special races, but I'm sure I'm going to come back to Roth one day. I'm not sure if it's next year, but it's a special event and I want to do it again.
No, I'm very happy. Like I said before the race, I knew it wouldn't be very realistic to be able to do it, but it didn't hold me back to just not try it. I thought it would be sad to not race because just my preparation didn't go well, and that's why I still wanted to race. And I came here to just give my best, and I tried to swim hard. I biked really hard today and actually biked much better than I thought I would. So I'm really, really happy with my bike. 4 weeks ago in Rapperswil, didn't go so well. I think I biked slower on the 70.3 than I did today. So and I did the double. So yeah, no, it went great. Then I started to run really well. The crowd was absolutely amazing. They pushed me really hard, and I guess they pushed everyone really hard. But I just really took that energy, and yeah, I was going well, but yeah, it didn't really end up not like I hoped, but I knew it's going to be a tough race, and the last 25k was really hard. So it was a long time to get to that finish line, and I just hoped my legs would carry me there, and yeah, I was struggling, but it was definitely worth it, and I'm really happy with the race.
Had you ever been struggling so hard in a race?
It was one of the, probably for my legs, I think they told me it was one of the hardest ones, yes, because they just, they got really challenged today, and well, I think that's a good thing, because that's why we do the sport, because we want to, challenge ourselves, and I definitely got the challenge today.
We have been reporting that you needed to walk on the last 5k. Was there at any time danger in your mind that Laura will come up?
I didn't walk, I just run very slow.
Okay, then I have to talk to my spotters again.
No, I run all the way. It was heavy, like my legs, I just tried to lift them and they didn't go very smooth. But that's how it is. I mean, everyone has these days, and it was a good day, it wasn't a bad day at all. It just, I guess that's where you notice, like, towards the end, like when you get to the next level, like to the next fitness, sometimes you get that race where you just can push it through. Today was not easy, so I just really have to fight for it, but that's how it is, and you have to deal with what you got.
Was it so hard, so difficult because of the conditions, because of the racetrack, or because you weren't 100% fit, because you had some back problems?
It was definitely a challenging day. It was warm. To me, it felt like we had headwind all the time, but it couldn't really be true because it was a lap. So I thought it's just probably me thinking that. And then of course, if you're not prepared like absolutely perfectly, you have to even deliver more because to get the same result. And that's what I tried today. I just tried to deliver better than I can, and I think I did the absolutely maximum which I could today.
To me, it seemed appeared your swim time was pretty slow. Last year it was 49, and this year 3 minutes slower. Was it a longer race course on the swim?
Don't blame it on the race course. I think it's also important to not just. I think that's why actually I like how they didn't care about or when they changed for example, the run course because of a reason to make more atmosphere. I think it's a good move to not just care about records. For me, of course, trying to go for it, made it even harder. But I think it's important to, like, triathlon is not all about the records, and it's when the race is going to just make it as fast as possible so people come. That's not how it should be. So the swim was fine. I'm still coming back. Like 5 weeks ago I couldn't swim, so I'm pretty happy with my swim today. And I think last year we also started with the men, which made a difference.
Okay, so you will be here next year again and go for the record?
I probably won't. I think I tried it once, and that was today, and I'm not gonna, try again. So what I'm gonna do is just to keep focusing on getting better, and if the record comes one day, I'm really happy. If it doesn't, I think Chrissy Wellington is a pretty awesome record holder. So we'll see. I think next year, I'm not sure yet what I'm doing. I'm focusing on this year, and then I'll see what I do next year.